Hello and welcome back. It's puzzle time with Sudoku Sleuth, and today we're going to be playing fogs and dots and nights. Now I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I think this is 3 Megan or double 3 puzzles back to back. Like the other constructors are going to be up in revolt if I keep this up. But at the same time, I think maybe what's happening like subconsciously for me is I played that puzzle with knights from Megan or double 3, and it almost like defeated me. It wasn't like one of my smoothest solves. And maybe I'm still smarting from that. I've been dying to go back and solve more puzzles to demonstrate that I can. And now I get an opportunity, very much so, with an anti-knight rule. Now, let's be fair, this is not my smartest move. I think the recent solves have been smoother because I'm back to solving in the morning, but really busy day. It's already quite late in my evening at 9 PM. So I'm not entirely convinced I'm actually going to be doing well today. Anything else I want to mention before I take a look at today's puzzle and rule sets? I think this is... oh yeah. Fogs and dots and nights. I mean, I don't know what's with the Halloween theme. I guess it is October, so we're back to more horrors. This time it seems like it's Sleuth trying to fit into the crowd, where it looks almost like, you know, 4 horsemen of the apocalypse behind them. Who knows what's going on? Let's take a look at today's puzzle and rule sets with Fogs and Dots and Nights by Megan or double 3. Excuse the smaller font size just to try and fit it all on the screen. Rules-wise, we've got normal Sudoku rules apply. Place the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, in every column, and in every 3x3 box. Then we have cells separated by a knight's move in chess cannot contain the same digit. So if you assume this cell is a 2, for example, obviously not in the same column, obviously not in the same row, obviously not in the same box. But any cell that is a chess knight move away, reminder, 2 steps forward, 1 step to the side, that L shape, essentially these cells can no longer be a 2 either. That's what the anti-knight chess move is all about. Digits along a magenta renban form a set of consecutive non-repeating digits in any order. So if that cell is a 2, and I've got 4 cells here that are on this renban, of course I could make this 1, 3, 4 to have a consecutive set of 4 digits. I could also make this 2, 3, 4, 5, pardon me. That would also work. What I couldn't do is 2, 3, 4, 6, they're no longer consecutive. Very obvious because it's in the same box. I couldn't repeat the 2, but that's true for any magenta lines. Digits in cages do not repeat and sum to the clue in the top left. So if this cell is a 1, this would have to be a 6 to make sure that these 2 cells add up to 7. Can't tell how big this 10 cage is, so just focus on the 7 for now. Digits do not repeat. So if you imagine that this 10 cage, for example, does something like this, then technically these 2 cells could be the same, but no, it's explicitly called out as not allowed in today's rule sets. Excuse me, a black dot between cells indicates cell values with a 2 to 1 ratio. A white dot between cells indicates cells with a consecutive value. Not all dots are necessarily given. This 2 here, connected with a black dot to this cell, means that these 2 cells are in a 2 to 1 ratio, so this would have to be on or 4, so that one cell is double the other. If this cell was a 3, you can see that there's a white dot, you know, heading into the fog there. This would have to be consecutive with 2 or 4. Digits along the marked diagonals sum to the number indicated outside the grid. Essentially, that means that these cells add up to 23. Notice it doesn't explicitly say that digits cannot repeat, so they clearly can. And I guess they would almost have to here with this 6 diagonal over there with these 4 cells adding up to 6. So, anything else left to say? Yep, of course, grid is partially covered in fog. If that cell was a 2, any cells that are covered in fog would have been revealed and hopefully will show us some more clues to allow us to solve this particular puzzle. That's all the rules we have for today. I say that's all the rules. There's plenty of rules here. As always, if you want to play along, link will be in the description down below for you to do so. With that said, I'm going to restart the clock and see how I get on. Right, maybe the obvious question to ask is, where do the digits 7, 8, and 9 go in box 5? You see, none of them could be inside the 7 cage. And actually, 7 and 9 cannot be on the black crop key dots because, you know, half of 7 is 3.5, double is 9 is 18. So 7 and 9 are not on any of these cells. Even in the best case scenario where the 9 is here, it absolutely means that the 7 at a minimum is in here. And I obviously went with the 9 because this is a renban. So if the 7 is there, I would need to have a 6 and, you know, a bunch of other consecutive digits. Obviously, if I have the 9 on here, then it would be 9, 8, 7, 6, which admittedly actually works. 6, 8, 7, 9. 1, 2, 4. In fact, 3, 4, 1, 2. Interestingly, the 5 would be inside the 10 cage, so that would have to be more than 2 cells. Can't tell. Where am I going with this? So that's one option. Remember, 7, 8, 9 can't be any of these cells, can't be any of these, can't be any of these. 2 of them have to be on here, right? 2 of 7, 8, and 9 have to be on here, which, as in on the renban. No, hang on, 8 could of course be on the black crop key. What am I saying? Right, 1 of 7 and 9 has to be on these 2 cells. And if 9 is on, 7 is definitely on. That's the obvious statement. So 7 is definitely in here. Now, even if it's 9, 8, 7, the 6 is definitely on the renban. Now, if I imagine that I'm not including the 8 or the 9, 7, 6, 5, 4 means that the 6 technically has to be here. Let me just show you the 2 extremes. So 4, 5, 6, 7, and then the other extreme, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now, in this extreme, 4 and 6 are up here. In this extreme, 6 and 8 are up here. So 6 is always there, which means 3 is always there. No 6 in here, I think, is also quite important. So now we're left with either it's 2, 5 or it's 3, 4. Yeah, we're really like rapidly running out of space for some of these things. Right, so let's think about it a bit more. So the 1 is not inside the 7 cage. The 1 cannot be on the renban because we've already established it's one of these. So no 1's in any of these cells. 1 is definitely in one of these 3, including the 10. The 10 is very tricky, it's proving. Do I have a middle option? I think I do. I could do 5, 6, 7, 8, sort of between these 2 extremes, which would put 6 and 8 in here, 5 and 7 in there. Now, if I think about the options for all of these for a second. So one option is 6, 8, 7, 9, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 5. That's one option. If the other option, which is 5, 7, 6, 8, still 3, 4, isn't it? Because I still need to place the 3 and it won't go on here. Of course, I could hide it in the 10. But what would I get to 3? If 5, 6, and 7, yeah, it's got to be 3, 4 again. And therefore, what am I left with? 1, 2, and 9. So the 1 and 2 would be here, the 9 would be in there. So it's really only this one that I need to somehow dismiss, because in general, I end up with the same shape of things for these 2. So what can I do with the 4, 5, 6, 7? Well, it wouldn't be 1, 6, it wouldn't be 2, 5, it wouldn't be 3, 4. It doesn't work. It wouldn't, 7 cage would break. So it's not this one. It is 3, 4. It is 6, 8. This is 5, 7, 9. This is 1, 2. That's the only thing that's left. And I guess this would be 5 or 9. That does mean, so I don't need these anymore. That does mean that essentially this is 3, 4, which gives us 3, 4 in the column. 3, 4 in here as well. Definitely no 1 in here because we needed it in the black crop dot. 3, 4. I mean, if it's 3, it's 6, which is fine. If it's 4, it can obviously be 2 or 8. Don't know enough to dismiss either. If it's 9, it's I mean, this would be even, given it's 5, 7, 9 in here. So what would this be? Yeah, I can't seem to reduce it much. It's 4, 6, 8 for the moment, to be consecutive with 5, 7, or 9. Interesting. I can't seem... Maybe I should be thinking about anti-knight. I haven't thought about that at all. And maybe I should. Is it premature? Let me color a bit just to see what's going on. So this can be yellow. It's a bit unfortunate. Is it the 6 that's meant to help us? How am I doing? 6 minutes in and I haven't even got the break in. What am I missing? You see, the fact that this can be 4 is really unfortunate because it means that this can be, I mean, still haven't even ruled out the 6. So I can't even do that. Let me think about this. If this is 6 or 8, it's this 6 or 8. And then this would be neither 6 or 8. Yeah, so if this is 6 or 8, it can't be this 6 or 8. It would have to be this 6 or 8. Oh, so, okay, sorry. So it's seeing the same 6 or 8, excuse me, not different ones. So this can be 6 or 8. Not helping myself here. Six cage, maybe. So if I do double 1, I can get away with 1 and 3 in here. Actually, I can't get away with 1 and 3. So these two cells are 1 and 2. I can't do 3 because essentially this cell sees yellow and green with knight move. This cell sees them both with Sudoku. So I can't use a 3 in here. So I'm already at 3. And obviously if I go for anything different, like 1 and 5 is too much. So 1 and 2 is actually forced, which means these two cells have to be a different 1 and 2. So they can actually add up to 3 plus the 3 to get to 6. And we can do a bit of coloring. This would be blue. This would have to be purple so that it's different. Can't tell which one is which. I know that they're different, but I don't know which one is which. Tricky. I really need to force one or the other. How do I do that? So interestingly, whether this is a 5 or a 9, this is not 2-cell cage. Obviously, if it's 5, it would need a second 5 in here to get to 10, which is impossible. And if it's 9, it would require a 1, which is also impossible. So this is a 3-cell cage. 3-cell cage means it can't be 9 because that would mean 1 and 0. That is a 5. Sorry, it took me a while. Some of you may have been shouting at your screen as a result. That can't be 4 then because it's not within distance. That is a different 6 or 8. It's the same 6 or 8, pardon me, as this one. We may actually want to color this. 5 in here means that this has to be also adding up to 5. That means this is not the 1, 2. This is 3, 4. This is the 1, 2. Just Sudoku. You need 1, 4 or 2, 3, and that can't be 1 or 2 either. Interesting, and therefore this is the green 3, 4. This is shaping up to be a very interesting puzzle suddenly. And it's not the blue 1, 2, it's the purple 1, 2. And look at this. We have another 5, which needs a 1, 2, or 3, 4. It's not the purple 1, 2, or 3, 4. It's the blue 1, 2. And it can't be the green 3, 4. It's got to be the yellow 3, 4. And then Sudoku says green 3, 4 has to be in one of these 2 cells. Almost. It looks like it's going to be the yeah, it is this one too, because I can't go to 3. 3, 4 are gone. So this is another 1 or 2. It's got to be the purple 1, 2. Purple 1, 2 is in one of these 2 cells, which with night move means that this is blue. If it's in here, it sees it with Sudoku. If it's here, it sees it with night move. So that can't be purple, or I've broken the puzzle. So this is blue, this is purple. Right, I'm loving this. I'm finally awake. Purple, none of these cells. Purple, none of these cells. That's purple. I didn't mean blue. Purple, 1 and 2. Purple, none of these cells. That's purple. And then lastly, purple is in a flash in here. What can I do with blue? Not as much at the moment for some reason. So no blues, no blue. Blue is in one of these 2 cells, which means blue is in one of these 3 cells. Not very exciting. Can I dismiss the 2 from here? I think I can. If this is a 2, this would be 4. And if yellow is 4, this would be 3, this would be 2. There you go. 6, 8 column, in the column I meant to say. I may color this more. Green 3, 4. Can't force it in here. So I can, because it can't be 5. That's 3, 4. And we've done with the greens in here, done with the green in here. Tell me this can't be 1 or 2. Yes, it can't be. This is another 6, 8. This can't be a 5, so it's a 7, 9. It's a beautiful symmetrical puzzle here. Then we have a 5 in here with the 1 on 2. No 5. Surely we can figure out what these are. It's not 1, 2. It's got a yellow 3, 4, which I can't tell where it is. Plus presumably one of the 7, 9s. Yes, because we've got all the 6, 8s. And then essentially the 3, 4s, the 1, 2s, and the 5. Don't know. We might actually have to color the 6, 8s next. Again, just to distinguish them, orange, red, red, orange. Yeah, that's got to be red. Is that going to be 1, 2? Yes, it is. 3, 4. Look at that. Night move doing wonders now, because the only way you're going to be able to break a lot of these deadly patterns is just, you know, and you can see the 23 cage now is starting to get very restricted, almost telling us that purple is 2. You see, if purple is 1, that would mean these are 3, and then these 2 cells have to add up to 20. Impossible. And it feels like a genuine break-in now. We've gone a long way without placing a digit. 2. In fact, all of the purples are 2. All of the blues are 1. That means all of the yellows are 4 to add up to 5. All of the greens are 3. Suddenly, there you go. And the reds are 6s. The oranges are 8s. And 6 is consecutive with a 7, not the 9. 9 and 7. Beautiful puzzle. I said something about 1. Oh, yeah. So this is a 1, 5 pair. And then the 23 cage has to be an 8, 9 pair. So I've got essentially 6 to take away from the 23 to get to 17. And then 8 and 9. That tells me that's the 9. That's the 8. And I said something about this being 3, 4 with a 7, 9. So that's got to be the 4. This is 1, 5 again. Interesting. No Sudoku or night move to help me there. Okay. Ones. We've sold the 6, we've sold the 23, so it's just Sudoku at this point. And I think we've used all the black rock. We've got like an interesting thing going on here with this renban. We'll take a look at that in a second. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 is up here. 6 can only be there. And this is 5, 7, 9. Which gives me a digit, a 4. A yellow 4. Yellow 4. Oh, sorry. 4, 4, night move. 4 is in one of 2 cells, which means 4 is up here. 4 is in one of 2 cells. And then 4 is in one of 2 cells again, which gives me 4 back. And then in here, remember this cell as well. Few too many options actually. Interesting. 1 of 3. Not sure how to disambiguate this. How are we doing? So I think 2s were pretty much done. 1s. 1, 2 flash, 1. And then another 1 flash, yep. 3s. We haven't really done too well with 3s either. Nope, too many options. Too many options. Yeah, too many options in general. I'm not happy about this. Maybe some Sudoku. So what do I need in here? I need 2 and 5. It's interesting how the 1, 5 and 2, 5 keep pairing up. 8, 7, 9? Not 7 or 8. A 9. We don't know if the renban branches, so we can't make assumptions about this, by the way. It's not explicitly mentioned in the rules. Just no 9s in any of these, which is not very interesting. Not very interesting still. No 9s. That is interesting, which gives me 1, 6, 7? No. 6, 7, 8. Not 8. Not 6. And no resolution. Not very helpful. Let's think about this row for a second. What am I missing? 4, 5, 7, and 9. 5 can't be in any of these cells. Essentially, whenever you have a domino in night move, it would see it with Sudoku or with night move. So neither of these can be. 5 can be in these 2 cells, though. Not helpful enough. I feel like I'm missing something. Just going to double check. So I've got everything that I can from the 23. I've got everything that I can from the 6. I've resolved all of the black Kropki dots, all of the cages. So yeah, it's just anti-night move defeating me once again. You said the 2s are in here. I'm kind of half tempted to think about this renban. If this is 2, chances are pretty good that this is 1. It can't be. If this is 2, either it's 1, 3, which it isn't, because that can't be 1 or 3, or it's 2, 3, 4, and again it can't be. 4 can't be any of these for some reason. This looks like it can be a 4. Don't know why I dismissed that. So 2, 3, 4 would mean the 4 has to be in there because this is not 2 or 3. It's looking highly unlikely that this is 2, but I don't really want to use that just yet, just in case it is branching. So I'm going to move on. If I have to, I will use it, But like I feel like there's got to be something better that I'm just missing. Chances are there is something better that I'm just missing, and I just need to wake up a bit and pay attention. My observation. Where's 3? I'm not getting this. Where am I? Why am I suddenly so stuck? It was moving so smoothly. 21 minutes. One, two, three, 4, 5, 7, 9. Fine. No 5s we said. No 4. No 9. It's just 7. Interesting. I should have done that way earlier. Not 4. Not 5. Not 9. 4, 5, 7, 9. Incredible. 7. Which means that can't be a 2. That is a 2. That's a 5. That's a 2. That can't be a 1 on a 3-cell renban. That's the 1. That's the 5. That's the 1. It doesn't help me with my 7, 8, but that's fine. I mean, so this doesn't include a 9. Could include an 8. So it could be 8, 6 to satisfy, or it could also be 7, 6, 5. I mean, this is always going to be a 6. This would have to be a 5, which is possible. So this is 5 or 8. This is a 6. Yeah, not really enough. So I have another 5, 8. In fact, 4, 5, 8, 9, and a 3. No 3s, no 3, no 3. 3s in 1 of 2 cells. May have to do more pencil mark than I'm used to. 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. No 7. Can be 7. Yeah, I'm not too keen about some of these pencil marks. Feel like I'm probably missing a nice easy route that I'm just not seeing for some reason. No 6s, no 6s. 6s in 1 of 2 cells. Essentially in here I have 3, 4 and 1 of 5 or 8. Not 3 or 4. So this is 5 or 8, which gives me a 3, 4 pair, but that can't be a 4. So that's the 3, that's the 4. This is not a 4. That doesn't help. I have another 5, 8, 9 with a 6 or 7. Not 7. Not 5. It was never an option. Well, it could have been an option, but with an 8 or 9. So this is 6, 8, or 9. This is not suddenly got trickier, and I think it's probably just because I'm half asleep, but as opposed to this is expected. Remember, we can use, oh no, that's too far. No 5s, no 5s. Can't remove the 5 from here. This is tricky. No 5. No 9. 7, 6. Not 6. 7, 8 pair. 5, 9. 5, 9 in the column. 1 and 3 have to be up here. This is just a known digit. It is a 7. And this is 6, 8, or 9. Definite 6. And then there's another 8 or 9 in here. 3, 8, 9. Not brilliant. 5, 9. Again, not brilliant. 1, 2, 3, 4. 7's not here. 7's one of these two cells. No 6 in any of these cells. 6 is down here. This is 5, 7, 8, 9. Five has to be up here, doesn't it? No 5 in any of these so far. No, 5s are lining up. That means no 5s in here. 5 has to be there. This is 7, 8, or 9. There's another 8 or 9 plus a 5, which can't be in either of these cells. That's the 5. That's the 1. That's the 5. That's 3. That's 1. Then an 8, 9, and a 6. And the 6 has to be in here. And this is 8 or 9. And it's not a 9. It's an 8. These are not 8s. This is 7, 9 pair. That's a 9. That's a 5. That's an 8. That is 5. That is 9. And looking across, that gives me 5 in here. This gives me a 4, 9 pair. This now becomes 3, 8. Okay, unresolved. That's fine. This 8, 7. Nope, not resolved. 9. Nope. Nope. Never mind. Right, let's just finish this. We've got another 7, 8, 9, and a 6, which isn't in here. That's a 6. This is 7, 8, or 9. It's not an 8. It's not a 7. It's a 9. 7, 8, 7, 9. 9 gives me 4. 9 doesn't help me with my 3 8s. 4 at the in here gives me 4 at the corner again. Is that like a new thing that Megano 33 is starting, is 4 in the corner? Suspicious, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4. No 5s. No 5. 5. 6 is done. 7 and 8. That's 7. That's 8. And then that is 8. That is 7. That is 3. And then for the finish, that's an 8. Tougher puzzle for sure. Tougher puzzle for sure. I mean, I love the break-in. I mean, it took me a long time to realize it's got to be the 5. And I love the fact that it was essentially always pairs of 1, 2, pairs of 3, 4, pairs of 6, 8s, pairs of 7, 9s. It's just incredible. And then Night Move caught me out again. I may have to maybe resort to pencil mark checking in the future, just so that you guys don't have to watch this. Hope that you guys enjoyed the puzzle and the video. Another Megano 33 puzzle, another fog puzzle. Excellent one as well. See you back for the next one. Bye-bye for now. Yeah, that's right.